y'all, and welcome back to the Meetup, episode 16, presented by One for Pistachio. I'm back, and I'm joined today with Johnny. How are you doing today?
Welcome back, Demitra. Good to see you.
Thank you. I know you were on a whole Paris Diamond League spree. How was it?
Yeah, I did the full broadcast. I had a blast. It was so cool being there in the athletes' lounge. It's my first time. We were on air for like 4 hours straight. That was like a marathon, but it was fun.
I love it. Nia, welcome. Fresh off a New Balance. How are you feeling?
Oh my God, I'm so ready to chat and yap about New Balance, the records, Nike, what we have coming up, Diamond League with this weekend. I'm ready to yap. Even more than I'm ready to yap about Love Island. So that says a lot.
If you're not watching Love Island, you need to tap in. We'll do a whole other show about that. But yeah, right, post Casa. I still have some sniffles from the Hayward Field Air from Nike, but it was a fun one. But I'm excited to bring a guest, Nia, that you got to see win 3 times.
Yes.
This guest that we're bringing on is a 3-time 2025 New Balance Nationals champion. In the 400-meter hurdle, she went 55.99, meet record number 7 in the U.S. In the 400, she went 51.14, meet record number 8 in U.S. history. 800 meters, she won with a 2 flat, also another meet record, number 5 in U.S. high school history. Welcome to the Meetup, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Welcome.
I feel like I read off all your stats this weekend. How are you feeling?
I mean, honestly, in shock. I didn't even expect this, and I mean, I never expected 3 meet records. I just came out here to run, so.
What do you think made this weekend so special? What was it? Was everything just firing on all cylinders? Was it the atmosphere? Like, how did it all come together like that?
I mean, honestly, my family likes to bribe me with cake, so that
There
was
you
my main focus, just to get that cake. But I
go.
mean, really, it was just the push and the atmosphere. It was the athletes that helped me, and just everyone out there who was just helping me get those next level times.
Natalie, it's like the craziest triple crown I think I've ever witnessed in person. You won things that a lot of people can't even win in their high school career period across like freshman and senior year. You're not even a senior yet. So, all right, you ran 3 very grueling races across sprints and mid distance, won them all, meet records. Obviously, you're a versatile athlete. So, can you just talk to us about how important that is for you and maybe even just this weekend specifically?
I mean, yeah, like overall, the all the different amounts of races that I can do is really like amazing to me because I have been running the 100, the 200, the 300 this year, the 400. I haven't ran a 500 or a 600 yet, but I mean, it's just the next level distance that I have, and I do 5Ks, like all the way up to 5Ks. So honestly, that training really helps me, and it just prepares me for those next level events. And I meet in the middle where it's the 400 hurdles and 800. That's where my best range would be at.
You do so many events and you do so well in all of them. Do you have a favorite?
I'd like to say the 400 hurdles, but recently I've felt like the 800's been I want to say easier, but nothing's easy, honestly. But I think the 800 has definitely been the most easy out of the 3 that are all extremely challenging.
I love that. So I know you said it's the easiest. What makes it easy? Because I feel like 400 hurdles, like you have time to think about your steps between, like it's a little bit better than an open 4. But what about the 8? Like, do you get to settle into it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so with the 800, so with a 400 actually, you can't mess up. If you mess up, you're out of the race. 400 hurdles, the same thing. You mess up, you're out of the race. 800, you mess up, there's a chance you can come back, and that's what I like about the 800, because even if you mess up, there's still a chance that you can come back and win the race. And what I like to do is I kind of settle into the 800, and I'm more comfortable with it. So I go out. I honestly, I just sometimes I get bored in the 800 though. Like it's all about pacing and just knowing how to run the race. And I just feel like I can go faster every single time I run it. Like the when I ran this weekend, I was like, "Oh, that's an amazing time." But what if I did this a little bit faster and I just changed it up?
Now, earlier you said that there was cake involved. Did I hear you correct? What was the flavor? I need to know, like, in case I want to run fast or something.
Yeah, so I love cannoli cake.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
wow.
that's one of my favorites, or cookie dough cake. Those are my
Oh,
2 biggest cakes, yeah.
You have us with the cookie dough. I'm not gonna lie. You can't see all of us at the same time, but just know we were like, yeah, that sounds like the
No, that
one.
worked. I love the cookie dough cake batters, like them type of cakes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. I need to find a place. Sorry, I need to find a place in Austin that sells that. I thank you for that tip, Natalie.
And cannoli cake, is that something you can get on the East Coast, that New Jersey thing? Like, do you have a spot?
Yeah. Yeah. So like literally I walk into the store and I see cannoli dips. Like we have
Oh,
a bunch of cannoli stuff here. Like I go to a place that's called Sweetie's Bakery. I love them. They have the best cakes in New Jersey. Or I mean honestly, I want to say in the US. That's my favorite, but I haven't had a better cake.
wow. I think we got to make a field trip out there.
I
Oh
think we
yeah, we out to
do.
Jersey.
So I had a question for you. It's like you had all these, you're running 3 different events. How did the weekend like go down? How are you focusing up? You know, you come off a win. You're like, all right, now we got the next one. Like what did it look like for you?
Yeah, so I ran the 400 hurdles and I was in shock because I didn't even know that was the time I got. And I was just, as soon as I was done, I was like, recover. I went straight to recovering because 2 hours later, I had another race, which was the SMR for my team. We placed second in that.
Are you telling me there was a
I
fourth
think,
event in the mix? Oh my
yeah.
gosh. 4 events.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got second. I guess that
Yeah.
doesn't seem that good compared to gold, but I mean, that's pretty respectable.
Mhm.
Second place.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I ran, I want to say a 203 high. If I did run the two flat, it would have been a lot closer to like first. It would have been even, but my legs weren't fully recovered from the 400 hurdles. So I ended up running the SMR, I want to say about like 2 hours later or so.
Mm.
Um, and I just was like, my body was dead, but I was like, it was just for, we had three seniors, so all of them are gone next year. So I just wanted to do it for them. And we got second place, which I was extremely grateful for. And those seniors were my recovery team.
Oh.
Uh,
They made me get in an ice bath, had so much enjoyment splashing me with ice cold water while I was screaming my head off. So I ran the 400 hurdles, dove across the line, and my body was just cut open. There were so many cuts all over my body, and it was painful, but I couldn't feel the pain over the enjoyment of winning. So I was just so happy to be able to win. And then I did an ice bath and then I felt the pain again and it was bad. But I did leg compressions and then I woke up the next morning. I was like, my legs are sore for the 800, but let me just go out there and see what I can do because I already have two first place. So what is there to lose, you know? So I just went out there and I got my third win and I was just so excited about that.
I have to ask, what's your mindset when you step on the line? Is it the same for each race, or do you kind of like go into each race with a different perspective?
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a different perspective for each race. I kind of like to strategize my races in the 400 hurdles, and even the 800. I'll look up the competition I have in the race just to see the way the girls run because I don't like to pace myself with someone who goes out hard but finishes really slow. That like not really slow, but like
Yeah.
finishes not as strong as I would. So I always need to make sure I look at the athletes and their stats so I know what they're doing and I know, okay, this girl might die here, so I can't follow her. I need to take it and take the race myself. So I normally like to look at their stats and I'll go into the race. I think a little bit differently. So I so when I did 400s before, I'm extremely stressed out and freaking out. So I'm like, can I even do this? Is this even possible? And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I don't even know if this is possible, if I can run this time. But then I just have to trust and rely on my body to do this. So I am literally sitting there on the ground, like, Jesus, please please give me your strength and your fight and just put it into my legs, whether I have it or not. Just give me whatever you can do and just let me do it on the track. So I'm just sitting there talking to myself, and this was the first ever time that I sat there and I told myself, okay, Natalie, you're going to win this race, so go out there and show them that you are going to win this. I said that for the 400 hurdles. I came back in the 400 and I said, I won a title. I can do the same thing again and just go out there and see what happens. You're not going to disappoint anyone if you get like second, third, like you're not disappointing anyone. You already have what you needed for the weekend and you defended your 400 hurdle title. So I was not stressed out as much for the 400, but I did want first. So I was like, Natalie, you can do this. And then for the 800, I was just, that was so much fun. Like, I literally just came out there and I was like, let me go out here, run, see what I can do because I've completed my mission this weekend and I've done what I needed to do. It'd be great for a triple crown, but I don't have to go out there. I'm not doing this for anyone. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my own time. So I didn't care what I did in the 800 as long as I ran and I had a good time.
Natalie, you are extremely impressive. I really hope you know that. You are extremely impressive. Talking to you now and even just reflecting on the weekend, you run with this level of poise and quite frankly maturity. Like I see it before your race, during your race if you have to make certain adjustments, and after your race when you're congratulating everyone and still like maintaining that balance between confidence and humility. Where does that come from?
I mean, honestly, my family loves to just humble me all the time. They will always be like, well, you couldn't beat me in a race. And I'm like, okay. So, and sometimes you'll see me out on the track racing my family members because they want to get a hand at it themselves. So, I think it's definitely just my environment. I mean, I'm not the type to go and shout in your face, "Oh, I won, I won, I won." I mean, I love the sport and I think the girls around me push me. They make me a better runner and I'm just better because of them. So there's no reason to shove it in their face. I think I should be thanking them for, because this isn't just me. It's the girls pushing me to the next level. So I appreciate all of the runners in the race and I think I am the way I am and I run these times the way I do is because I have all of these people supporting me and all of these athletes running against me with me. Like they are out here pushing me to the next level.
Unbelievable. So where do we go from here? I mean, you're probably still just digesting this weekend and trying to enjoy that. What is it next? Are you doing cross country? Are you going to keep doing track? I know there's still season to be had in outdoor. Like what are you going to look forward to from here?
Yeah, so I have a track meet on Thursday and Saturday, so I am running in that. That's honestly just for fun to cap off the rest of my season. And then I'm not doing as strong as a cross country season this year only because I don't want to get burnt out. So I do want to do a little lighter version, but this year I'm a senior, so I took senior release. I'd love to include myself into more lifting because I have not done any lifting at all. And everyone's like, "How do you run those times without lifting?" I'm like, I don't even know myself. I need to start doing that. So I definitely want to do more weightlifting and all of that. So I've like kind of taken time out of my schedule to put that in there.
That's gonna be fun. Who knows what's gonna happen once you hit the weight room? I wanted to ask, are you gonna go for a quadruple crown, quintuple, start doing the mile, maybe 5Ks? Like where does the sky's the limit? It seems.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running everything like I've had state meets that I've ran four events. I'll do the 200, I'll do the 4x4 and throw everything in there. So it's really just, I love my triple. I don't know if I could do, I don't think I could do four events as well. I tried to go for four with my SMR, but I just didn't have the legs that day. I just couldn't recover in time and it would have been awesome, but I'm still extremely grateful for my triple.
As you should be.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. If we haven't already expressed that to you, you are amazing. And we can't wait to watch you through the rest of your journey. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Natalie.
Bye. what a impressive young lady.
I love her.
Isn't she great?
Yes.
So well spoken, so intelligent. Obviously, just one of those athletes that you can't help but to root for.
What was that like seeing it in person?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, quite frankly, on any level,
Right.
let alone high school. So the fact that she was able to, because you have a lot of kids who will run a lot of events, but will those kids excel in those events, be in certain groups, PR, meet records in every single one? In that fashion, it's just nothing short of impressive. So, I mean, win, meet record, top 10 in history, top of the state. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like the times that she put up, like not only did she win, but the times that she put up, too flat, like too flat can get you a lot of places. 51
Can make a
point,
team.
yeah, because I was hoping that she was going to be like, I might go to USA's.
That's what I was.
And of course, she has a whole year, and there's other things to do. Like USA's isn't like the ultimate thing. Who I'm going through a lot. Isn't the ultimate thing, but I think it's so nice to like. She's in high school and she's doing high school things. The fact that she's running Thursday and Saturday for fun, like I love that.
And then even to piggyback off of that, when I was speaking to her this weekend, that's one thing she was saying. She's like, yeah, I'm having so much fun. And it's like, again, that's why I always say like these meets are always so refreshing because as amazing as they're running, they're still kids.
Yeah.
And this is still just something that they love and something that they're just passionate about. And, there's not like a ton of like strings attached to it because they are kids. So, yeah, it's just amazing to watch.
I love it. I'm jealous you got to see the three-peat.
Also, I find it really interesting, like that her being 400 oriented and moving up to that 8. You see a lot more often the 800, and then they go up to the mile, 2 mile. I love this like speed-based 800.
I feel like you do see it. For a lot of 400 hurdlers do the 8 or have done the 8. Let me be clear. But like, cause people, I haven't ran an 8, but I have run 400 hurdles. People compare like the logic of a 400 hurdles is very similar to like the logic of an 800. That's why I was curious. Her mindset, is it the same?
Right.
Because I feel like if you can run a 400 hurdles, you can do an 8 and vice versa.
It makes a ton of sense. The strength required to do a 400 hurdles is hard. And I think too, like for the 800, it's kind of like running gun those 2 laps. Like people argue that that might be a sprint, I mean, technically, yes, it's in a mid-distance category, but with the time people are running in the 800 and the way that they're doing, the fashion that they're doing it, the way they get out, the way they finish, it almost is identical to a, I guess, long sprint.
Yeah, I'm going to bring on a guest because I think we talked about her while we were at Nike, but I'm going to bring on Joshua Potts from Milesplit. We were holding it down in Haywardfield. Welcome to this is your second appearance. First time was in person, but welcome back to the meetup, Joshua.
Back.
Nah, I appreciate it. I was on the first episode of the meetup, so I'll never forget. This is my second home. You feel me? Here at Flow Sports, just in general. So I'll never forget the first one.
I love it. I know I want to keep talking about Natalie because you asked me in Hayward, you were like, I wonder if they offered an event where people could do like these 3 events, would it happen? Tell me what your pitch is and let's see if we would do it.
I'm just saying, I think we should have a mid-distance decathlon, mid-distance triple, whatever you want to call it, 400 hurdles, 400 and 800, just the hardest events in track and field that you have to do in a single day. We can split up in 3 days, just how Natalie did, but I think that would show basically like who really has the most guts. We can call it who has the most guts or the gutsiest race. I don't know, but I think that would just be an amazing accomplishment because see what Natalie did. Like, I want to see that every single weekend, honestly. Well, that may hurt a person, but I would love to see that every single weekend.
That's crazy how we're over here like pitching ideas. I was talking to John actually this weekend. I was like, we should do like I don't know if they'll let it happen, but like a New Balance Nationals versus Nike Nationals. Like maybe like top 3 from each championship section wearing their New Balance kit versus the top 3 and whatever in Nike. Because I would love to
eat that up.
Come on. That 400, that mile, that 3K, like
that would be so good.
I know.
You could look at 333, that's 369, get a 9-lane track.
I mean,
I'm with it. Let's make it happen.
When can FloTrack start sponsoring meets for real? Like when can we put this on?
I want to see some Amari Sanders versus Tate Taylor. Like I want to see some stuff go down. I want to see some records broken, and I think these kids can push. Like I hate that they were separate. If I want to see Nike versus New Balance, kit them up, make them swaggy, Let's do it.
So Josh, like for those who maybe wouldn't know, there was like obviously 3 high school nationals all in the same weekend.
Yeah.
You're deep in that world. Coming off the weekend, kind of what stood out to you? What were some of the...
Wait. We can't do too much. We gotta stay with New Balance real quick because I know you're gonna go for these high school records, Joshua. I know it, and we can't talk about them right now. I need to stay on New Balance really quick. I'm gonna go to Quincy first.
Okay.
Just because he won his 5th national title. So we do have to talk about him before we get too deep in the weeds because he didn't really break any records this time. But we're going to get into the track and field deep dive. But yeah, Quincy, 5th title, 45.3. I feel like we can't not talk about Quincy.
He owns New Balance.
Yeah.
Him and Bullis, they just all own New Balance. I think winning in 45.3 in the fashion that he did, it was in Quincy-like fashion. And I have to know, Coach Joe said to me, after that weekend concluded, Bullis has 51 national titles.
Oh my gosh.
51?
51 national titles altogether.
How many? And it wasn't just Quincy. They had a ton of titles across the team.
4x2, obviously the boys and girls 4x4.
Oh.
Yeah.
New Balance is like the Bullish show.
It is. Even their new kits, they were kind of cute.
Deep.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if we talk about that 400, Cameron Homer came 3rd. He's only a sophomore.
I love Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like him. The moment I saw him New Balance indoor and he finally hit, I think 45 for the first time, or he PB'd by like almost a second. And I was like, oh, like I like this group a lot.
And I like that the history of success just continues to follow because I think oftentimes people like to discredit certain coaches like, oh, you just have a special and gifted athlete. But the history of success is there. The girls are running, the boys are running, the newcomers are running and PRing in ways they have never done before. And it feels as though like they pull them to new heights and new lengths. And I think it's a testament to the program that they do have.
Yeah, no, Coach Joe is a solid coach. And I'm like, you can have great athletes, but he makes them better. And I think to do that across both genders, like even on the college level, I've seen coaches, either a good male coach or a good female coach, but it's tough to be both. And I think I might go to Bullis. I don't know.
Freshman jumper ran 21 feet. Jumped 21 feet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, freshman.
Something's in the water at
Hello?
Bullis. I need some.
I think it's just honestly just the stadium too. Like the University of Penn being in Franklin Field is something different for Bullis, and they absolutely always shine there. Quincy Wilson, like you said, Demitra, he didn't have the greatest performance compared to last year. I believe last year he ran 45.1 at New Balance Nationals, but to still run 45.3, I think he has one extra race under his belt compared to last year. I think he's still on a good track of where he was the previous year. Like if he can go back to USA's and once he has the greatest competition among him like last year, if he can get pushed out to running again 44s consistently, like we could see him make another team potentially. Like that's definitely in the possibility. And like you said, he looks super comfortable. He didn't look like he was straining that much when he ran that 45.3. So a 5th national title is a super good thing for still a guy that's only a junior in the sport. And I feel like I forget that every other week. I'm thinking like, wait, is he going to school yet? But no, he has another year in high school, which is outstanding.
Yeah, I remember I made that mistake earlier this year. I was like, yeah, your senior year. He was like, girl, I just went on one little visit. Like, we have time. So it's crazy that he's just a junior, and I can't wait to see him at USA's. I'm going to hop over to Nike now. We were holding it down in the rain.
Hayward Magic.
Nia's about to experience it. We'll talk about pre later, but we're about to experience it. But yeah, I'll let you, Johnny. You can ask him what his favorite woman was now. Yeah,
I guess we got ahead of myself here. Yeah, Josh. What stood out to you? What were some of your favorite moments?
Hey, we can go straight into Jane Hendegren, bro. Like it's history. The era is over. The Jane Hendegren era is finally over. The greatest year in track and field for distance running and high school running just happened before our very eyes. We got to live through this. She broke her own 3,000 meter national record. It was an en-route record that she set at Brooks PR 2 weeks ago. She beat it by like 1,000th or like 100th of a second. But like talking to her after the race, she was filled with so much gratitude. You saw in that picture of just the emotions that came across her. I was there when Jane won her first national championship at Nike in 2023. And I remember when me and my brother interviewed her, we're like, dang, this is like the nicest and most humble girl ever. She's a sophomore winning the 2 mile, and she's running like 9:40, which is amazing. But now you say that and it's all like, that's not I think it was like 950. You say that now, running 950 is not the absolute amazing feat that it is, but I think when talking to Jane after a race, like when people were asking her, how would you want other girls to look at you who see you definitely as an inspiration, as and one of the best ever, she really emphasized that like people should concentrate on giving themselves grace and learning that everybody develops at different rates, and trust in the process that has been given to you. And that's absolutely what she did, and she didn't put limits on herself, and that led to running 914, 917, and to running 423 and breaking 9 national records, including 3 that were en route as well. Like, such an amazing season for Jane Hindegren, and to see it all like be done at Hayward Field for the last final time, I feel like was truly special. And we saw history, to be honest, at Nike.
Yeah, I think historical is definitely the way to describe it. Like the high school records that she has is insane. And I think for her to kind of come away with like her final nationals with not only a win but a record, like you can see the emotions when she's hugging her mom. And I think that picture speaks 1,000 words. Like it was so nice to see, and she's a breath of fresh air, and I'm so excited to see her on the college circuit too. But like the times that she put up, she's going to be in these history books. Like the high schoolers, like 10 years from now, I'm like, I want Jane's record. And she has so many, so I think she'll always have one, but it's impressive.
Oh, yeah. And I think the big thing too, like looking back and people that are especially just like in distance lore of being greats. I know in the press conference earlier in the week, Demitra, she was like, I don't see myself as a legend.
Yeah.
But truly, when we look back at Jane, she's going to be in the same regard as like a Jim Ryan, who I know was amazing and was like going to making teams, but she's in that same category, even of Alan Webb and then Mary Slaney, like these people that are truly like icons in American distance running for high school. Like Jane is going to be in that very same vein. And I think she has a bright future ahead of her, even when it comes to college. Like she's in great hands at BYU, and just the perspective that she always has in track and field in general. Like I know some people there are kind of like, man, I know there's people that I'm calling people out right now. There's people right now like, man, I feel like every Jane interview, she's always just all like so happy and just humble and everything. Like I want to see her, like not be that. I want to see her be cocky. That's what people say. But I'm like, nah, like this is what we need. Like we need this in the sport where we just have some good, old, wholesome, just breath of fresh air that's just a joy to always listen to and watch on the track.
I love it. On the same tone of Nike, we saw another high school record. Y'all have any high school records at New Balance? I'm kidding. I'm joking. Y'all had fast time. No, I'm just being shady.
That's middle school records too.
Nah, y'all had some fast times. I'm not, and y'all had, well, side note, I feel like the weather at all 3 nationals, which we don't have to dive into it too much. Y'all don't need to pick your favorite nationals. But let me know in the comments if you had a favorite nationals. But
we got a deep dive into the weather situation.
I know. I feel like it was rain. It rained at y'all for y'all too, which was shocking to me. It rained
It
at
was like
Hayward.
a hurricane. I don't know what that was. The first day of New Balance, it was like disgustingly hot and humid, where everyone was kind of like, whew. Feels like you're in the subway in the middle of summer. Ooh. And then it was like this monsoon sideways rain, low visibility thing. And then we had a 2.5-hour weather delay. So yeah, we were running like 5Ks and whatnot in pole vault past midnight.
Y'all could have just ran at Hayward. It was raining all day, no delays, but raining all day.
You know how it is. Like the lightning starts and it restarts the clock 30 minutes. So
I think what day was it, Joshua, that it was like pouring? Day 3?
It was day 3.
I feel like day 3, yeah. I was praying for lightning. Like there's moments that I'm like, all right, God, if you want to strike one little lightning like 2 miles away to get us inside, I'm okay with it.
That's fair. Because again, that's miserable.
Yeah. But y'all's meet went on, and we got 3 peats and fast times.
We did.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they had to consolidate one of the the girls 3,000 to like 48 people in one heat to make up for time.
That's crazy. Do we have footage of that?
I could find some.
Okay, I need to see that. All right, sticking on these high school records, Cooper, he ran 1:45:45, the first high schooler to go sub 1:46, and he broke Michael Granville's 29-year-old record. Joshua pulled up this footage from the archives. When I saw that footage, that's when it processed how old it actually was. I was like, oh, like, I think, I don't know how old everybody is, but I think we're all under 30 in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And that record was broken before, like,
Yeah.
we were born.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And for Cooper to get that record in the rain, there was no wind though, so he was like, it actually wasn't bad. He was like, it was just wet, but there was no wind, so it was easy to run the race that he did. Yeah, high school record. I feel like Josh, you might have expected it. I didn't expect it.
They say a wet track's a
Dude,
fast
I did
track.
not expect that.
Really?
Like, who was
Punchy.
expecting 145? Like, especially after, 2 weeks ago, he runs the 146 and barely breaks it, and like barely breaks it, the 146, the original record. And then to go out there and run 145. And truly, after that race at Brooks, Cooper was saying, this still doesn't feel like my record because that old footage, Michael Granville literally did it all by himself in the CIF state prelims for the 800 meters, not even the final. Like, that dude was literally he was mad and like that day and just ran as hard as he can, and he broke the national record, setting an unbelievable standard. And then this race right here though solidifies Cooper, like, you have this record now. That doesn't mean you can chill, because he's going to run at USA's in a little bit in this summer, but bro, you have this record now. Like, that we can back up. Cooper Lukenhaus, you did your thing. 1:45:45. You are officially the high school national record holder in the 800 meter. Take it as you will and run with it, young man.
He did his big one.
Better preach.
did.
Come on, Josh.
Right.
I'm just saying, Cooper has had an amazing season. He's also ran like 46:04, I believe, in the 400 meter, finishing second at the Texas State meet. And he's ran 4:06 this year as well in the mile. So, like, his performances this year have been amazing. And the crazy thing about it, he's only a sophomore. He's younger than Quincy Wilson. So this kid has a super bright future. I'm excited to see what he's going to do at USA's, especially. I'm not going to go out there and say, like, oh, he's going to run 144, because, like, that would be insane. But I think his biggest goal is just, like, trying to make it to the next round. And if he's able to do that and compete in the 800, how much experience he's going to gain from that. And I don't know, we could definitely have our eyes set on LA 2028 for Cooper to be the highlight. But he's had an amazing season just overall. Back in indoors, remember, he ran at Millrose and broke the indoor national record with the pros. So I'm excited to see how he's going to be able to mix it up with so many pros once he gets to USA's.
I'm excited. It should be a fun one. I can't wait for USA's, but tune in like 4 episodes from now and we'll do a whole spiel once we get that official start list. I'm unfortunately going to stop our high school conversations because we got a lot to cover. Paris Diamond League happened this weekend. I'm going to run through the meet records that happened, and then we'll kind of talk through them. So we had Ryan Benjamin, 400 hurdles, 46.93. Grace Stark, 12:21, 100 hurdles. Mariletti Paulino, 48.81. Love her. Faith Chirotich, 8:53.37. And she shattered Doris Limgall's world lead that she had, which is crazy that she shattered like the NCAA champion. Yeah, I'm like, these girls are fast. So a lot of meet records. Not time to talk about each one individually, but what kind of stood out to y'all?
I mean, these Diamond Leagues these days, each event is coming in so strong. All the ones you just listed. I think, to me, the men's 1500 was a big surprise because it was not a diamond discipline in this event. And yet we had like 5 national records go down. Hobbs, last name Hobbs from, I think it's Azadine Hobbs from France, won the thing in 3:27, which is basically faster than the Olympic podium. It was faster than the Olympic 1500, which was an Olympic record this past year. So just to give you perspective, like, this was shockingly fast. And then a lot of folks behind him, like, all under 3:30. Like, to me, it was like such a out of the blue sort of moment because it wasn't even like a diamond event. It wasn't a lot of the names that you might be accustomed to seeing in that like big 4 of 1500 races. So it's definitely head turning, and just like the progression of Hobbs is incredible. Definitely somebody to keep an eye on, and that one was pretty impressive to me.
I love it. It was nice to see for me. I didn't mention the meet. She's not a meet record holder, but Navia Battle got her fourth title now. Like she's on a roll, so she's always fun to watch. And then Rai Benjamin, I would have to say meet record wise is my like highlight. I mean, he's a 400 hurdler. I love watch. I've been watching him race since I was in high school, and he was at USC.
How about Rai Benjamin co-commentating on the FloTrack broadcast?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but he was mid-interview, and the 800 is going on behind him, and he's like, I'm gonna pause this real quick and commentate this for you guys. We got Josh Hoey, but it looks like somebody's coming on the inside of
Do you think he has a future in commentary? Or
He
not?
definitely has a
Okay.
future. You know, he's always got a place here if he wants to help tap in. But yeah, and what a guy, what a nice, humble, just role model. I think in the sport, he's always fun to watch, and just still pretty early for him too, because he only opened up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to keep watching him.
Super early. I think for me, Grace Stark, number 5 all time, running what she did was a 12.24. No, 12 point. I think 12.24. 21. Yeah, amazing just in general. But as I go back and look at like that number 5 all time mark and such an amazing feat, like it made me remember. I'm like, wait, didn't Masai run 12:17 earlier this year? Like number 2 all time, and then right behind Grace Stark, Akara runs number
Toby,
6 all time,
yeah.
and then Toby runs 12:26, and this is the world record holder now in prime shape. And we already know, I'm not going to say like the women's 100-meter hurdle has just got harder, or more interesting, because every single time they step to the track, like something like this is possible of happening. But like, it's just revitalizing this event to where it's going to be fireworks no matter what. And like, even though Masai Russell ran that such amazing time earlier in the year, it just reiterates this is not guaranteed. Even Grace Stark runs number 5 all the time. It's like Akara and Toby are right behind you, so you have to be on your A game. But super encouraging for Grace Stark, though. She finished 5th last year, I believe, at the Olympics, and if she can bounce back, she may be able to win a championship once it comes down to the Worlds.
Dang, y'all both took mine. I was Rye and Grace, but it's fine. I'll jump on the distance train. I think Graham Blinks was very impressive, coming 3rd place in his rookie season. I think this was the race that was needed for him. I think we're going to see multiple feats. I think he ran, was he the only like American to run under 13-minute multiple times this season?
Under 12:50.
Or 12:50 is the word? Yeah.
The second person ever to run under 12:50, I think, more than once.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I think the first is Graham Fisher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I think that was impressive, and I think furthermore, it's just a confidence booster that he needs to now see what we can see in like a major pro circuit for him. I think this is what we needed to see. This is what he needed to see, so that we're going to see some times where he's going to be a part of the American cohort that's going to finally bridge that gap between us and the East Africa.
I mean, I think what's so interesting about that is that there's kind of this cohort of young talent, with Nico Young obviously being the other one recently who did number 2 all time. That it's like this, it's like American distance running is showing up to these things. It's not just one individual, superstar. I think it's really cool to see they can show up kind of as a field and make a statement like that.
100%.
I love it. All right, we have some breaking news. Prefontaine is happening not this weekend, but next weekend. And we're about to see the women's 100-meter Olympic podium showdown. So we're going to see Julian Alfred, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, and we're going to see Miss Sha'Carri Richardson all line up at Hayward. The news just dropped today. I cannot wait for this showdown to happen again. Melissa's been running. She's been on fire, specifically Grand Slam Philly, I feel like was the cherry on top. All the subs that she can go, she did it, and PB'd and everything. Of course, Julian Alfred's Julian Alfred, and I'm excited to see where Sha'Carri is when it comes for this, because typically, like early in the season, she doesn't do anything crazy, so it should be a fun one. Our second piece of breaking news, which was announced, I believe yesterday, is that Pre added the women's 400. And when they added the women's 400, they also added Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni. So she's going to be running at Hayward, an open 400. People say that she might be going for this American 400 record. We'll see. She's obviously in the shape to do it. But yeah, we get to see a lot of Olympians at Pre. The headlines are stacked. We'll talk more about it next week. But yeah, those are my 2 pieces of breaking news. For this little next segment, y'all have seen it before. Nia's about to yap for 60 seconds. But we have sweet and salty. We have sweet and salty 60 seconds presented by Wonderful Pistachios. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and Nia's going to tell us her sweet and salty moments from the weekend. Let me grab my timer.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, lock in.
I have to adjust a little bit.
And luckily, you have 2 timers if you need it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
My sweet and salties are both going to come from New Balance Nationals. So my sweet is Coach Vic. He was so, it was so hard not to be happy for him and Archbishop Carroll. They ran the 4x2, dominate the 4x2. Jake Jordan and the final leg looked over, stared down, crossed the line, dipped. And I mean, it was just joy on everyone's face. You can see it wasn't just the way he grabbed his teammates, the coaching staff, the training staff. Where am I at?
30 seconds.
Right,
I got you, girl.
All right. Salty. Back to the 800 for New Balance Nationals. I would be a little salty if I was Cole Boone. He was in the top-seeded heat. He won the top-seeded heat. But the New Balance National Champion came from the second to last heat, whose girlfriend
45.
also won Nike Nationals in the 800.
Oh,
yes,
that's
it
cute.
was very cute. They're trained together as training partners, so that is also very sweet. But I would be very salty if I was the winner
5,
of the
4,
championship section
3,
of the 800.
2, 1. Period.
Well done.
That was I forgot about that stare down.
I mean, that would tickle me if I was Coach Vic.
And he's easily tickled too, so that's funny. All right, let's go ahead and get into what's hot. We've had a lot of fun things happen. I'll start off with something happening this week. We have Faith Kipyegon breaking 4. She's going to attempt to be the first woman ever to run under 4 minutes in the mile this Thursday in Paris. There's our girl Faith. How are y'all feeling about it?
Is she going to do it?
Yes.
You say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's absolutely going to do it. If
think
anyone
so?
can do it, absolutely. If anyone can do it, she can do it. World record holder in the 1500. I know her current mile time is 4:07. Former world record holder in the 5000. I think that just speaks to her versatility across mid-distance and distance. And that's going to be very important for her to break this feat. And I think also she has the support. You know, Nike's making sure she has like this aerodynamic specific kit to make sure that she does this properly, right? And she's also making it where they're giving her everything they need, and they're making sure she does it in the stadium where she does break records. She breaks records in Paris. And if anyone's going to do it, I think it's going to be her, and it's going to be Thursday. She has the tools. She has the mindset, and the 31-year-old runner is going to do it.
Period.
Can you imagine that? Just picture that reality that she does that a woman's gone sub 4. I mean, that just changes everything. I think what's so exciting is all these pieces that she's pulling in, like with the new innovations with the clothing, and just it's the same as when Kipchoge, when they their last moonshot project was Kipchoge's breaking 2, and in 2017 they said that was impossible, and there was all this anticipation, and then when he finally does it, I think it has changed everything in the marathon world. The times are now just dropping and dropping, and way people are getting into the sport in much bigger numbers. I think what it does just for the culture of running can't be understated, because it is cool that if she does break 4, yes, but what is that ripple effect going to have on just the culture and women in track and field? It's very exciting.
It's going to be astonishing. I think when she does break that feat, it's going to put it in perspective that this is doable and this was possible. And to your point about marathons, we're going to see times we haven't seen before. In certain distances, we're going to see times we haven't seen before, because I don't think people believe their bodies are capable of doing certain things until they see someone that maybe looks like them, is just like them, or whatever the case may be, do it. It's oh, this is very doable. It's kind of a big reason why people like Steph Curry. He's a very regular, average-looking man, but they see him doing certain stuff. They're wait, I can do that. Yeah. And I think just that mindset alone makes it very possible for that thing to happen. I think what we're seeing now, to your point again about the ripple effect, is a big reason why we have this term called trackflation, and you're seeing all these times run from high school, as we were mentioning prior to up until now. We're going to witness a sub 4 minute mile.
I love it. Well, we'll circle back this time next week to talk more about it, and we'll all watch it, and we'll be able to confirm or deny. I think she'll definitely, if she doesn't get it, she'll be so close. And I think that in itself, though, is a feat with it. That's something to be happy about. So I'm excited for
She's gonna
it.
do it though. I'm telling you, she's gonna do it.
I believe you. Yeah, I think she has all the
I
tools
don't know.
necessary. Yeah, we'll
I don't
see
know about
though.
that one, Nia.
I ain't gonna let you doubt. I ain't gonna let you publicly doubt it, Joshua. But
No, I'm just saying, I think Faith Kipyegon is the greatest miler ever, man or woman, ever. She is the greatest ever. But I don't think she's gonna break 4 minutes.
Hey.
I just don't think she's gonna break 4
Boo.
minutes. At least
Boo.
not right now. Maybe not right now. Maybe the second try, maybe the third try. You feel me? But
dang,
right
not
now,
3
I
times
don't
the
think she's
charm.
Tomatoes. I'm throwing
I don't think
tomatoes,
she's gonna break
Josh.
4 minutes. But I think like all you guys said, no matter what, even if she runs 4:03, like it's gonna be super inspiring. Faith Kipyegon by herself is already surprising, super inspiring. Excuse me, and like she's a phenomenal athlete and truly an inspiration to everyone like worldwide. She's 31 years old, has a kid, been able to bounce back from that. She runs like 156, Olympic champion in the 800 meter as well. Like she can literally do anything that she wants to do on the track, and this is another example of that. And I can't wait to see what she runs. But is she gonna break 4 minutes? If I had to guess and predict, I wouldn't predict that. But,
Dang,
hey,
that's
just me.
crazy. I'm gonna help you
That's
out
just
by
me, though.
switching topics, okay?
Okay.
But all right, so
I'm
we
just being
see.
real.
Hey, no, I got you. We heard you. I believe you. A lot of people are switching their allegiances to Turkey. A little dual citizenship action. We've had Olympic medalist Roche Stona, Rajendra Campbell, then Olympian Favor Ofili went from Nigeria to Turkey. We don't have much time to talk about it, but we do have a little bit of time because this is insane. It just it's happening as we speak. I heard that they can't compete in like this year's Worlds. Like there's like some stipulations for it, but I think for me, like the Jamaicans switching was, I was like, oh, but the favorite one made sense.
That makes a ton of sense.
Because Nigeria's federation, they be wilding, like
Failing their athletes.
every time.
Trifling.
Failing their athletes.
Yeah.
I got a little bit more insight into it this weekend during the Diamond League watch, but like you got to imagine how serious the situation must have had to be in Jamaica that you would transfer citizenship to Turkey. From what I understand, Turkey's aiming to be a little bit more involved in the track and field world, looking to host more, and so they're making, I mean, millions and millions of investments into athletes, and some the contracts, I guess, to bring these athletes over is astronomical, night and day. Like you really can't blame them, especially knowing that Jamaica probably doesn't have those same resources or even close to it. Especially for like something like what was his name, Rosh Hashanah, or Olympic gold medalist and record holder, like to not be not be able to provide for somebody like that. It's tough.
The reason I disagree is I don't think it's a Jamaican thing. I think it's that they're field events and they happen to be in Jamaica. Because I think the fact that you're able to go to the Olympics and medal, and then not get a contract, like all of these things not happen. Like you see it in America too, low key, they just get jobs. And like I low key asked Tripp, because mind you, Tripp made the world team, did all these things, doesn't have a contract. A lot of these, like, we've seen it with even your like Ja'Cory Patterson. If Ja'Cory didn't get a contract and Turkey offered him $300K, would he go? Probably. And I don't think it's like an America problem or resource problem. It's like, am I getting paid for what I do? And I feel like that's where the no comes in.
Stone is unsigned?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he's.
Rajendra definitely is.
Rajendra's unsigned, but
Yeah.
Stone is.
Let me just add in one more piece of information. They have to sit out the next Olympics.
Wait,
They
the next
do?
Olympic? I thought
Yeah.
just the next.
I thought it was just Worlds.
The next Olympics.
So 2028?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Worlds.
Oh snap! Let me see.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's what I
Wow.
heard. Because we'll have to
They,
double.
they offering a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, Turkey, I could run an 11.4.
That
I
paper
could bust out a 23 low if y'all need me. Like I'll take a little dual citizenship just to run. What?
That manufactured team. I'm so mad.
It's about to be 3, 5, 20 different accents for Turkey at the whatever Olympic year it is.
They just 2012 Warriors.
32, baby. Countdown begins.
2012.
Literally, it was when Warriors got KD, bro. I'm so mad.
That we haven't talked about. We need to talk about that. Not right now.
Yeah, because I can go. Y'all know I'm salty. That should
That should have been
man.
throw some
That
NBA
should've
in
been what I
there.
was- It's fine. It's fine.
All right, this next one, iShowSpeed's just been racing everybody. And I heard he was racing Daniel LaBelle, but Joshua was like, no, he raced Ashton Hall. You know, Ashton Hall's the guy that like does like the get ready with me. He banana peel, does the ice water in the morning. He did.
That man.
He did the Tennessee Titans like schedule release, which side note could have been better. Like they just threw the schedule at the end. Didn't make any sense. Anyways, he raced iShowSpeed. Joshua was like, he did it 3 times. I was like, what is that? What do you mean? So Joshua, explain. We have the video, but explain what we're about to watch.
They raced 5 times, I believe, actually. They raced 3 times on the grass because the first time Ashton Hall fell and as they were running, and then Speed ended up winning, obviously. And then the second 2 times, Ashton was just irate. Honestly, this dude was just mad. He was a sore loser. He was not acting like Jane Hindegren. We can just put it like that. And was straight up just like, nah, race me again, race me again. Speed didn't want to race him, but they ended up racing again, and every single time iShowSpeed beat Ashton Hall. They moved it onto the concrete after that, and then Speed beat him 2 more times. I'm like, this man did not want to go down without a fight. He needs to humble himself.
Yeah, let's play this video. Fair warning, there is some silence because there's a lot of cussing.
He's like a ball of muscle and no speed.
Yeah, I'm like, there should be sound, but I guess not. The get out's crazy.
First of all, he fell on
On
purpose.
purpose, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, he definitely just bailed because he knew he was about to lose. This is the second race right here.
Look at
Still
it.
on the
He
grass,
slipped on
and,
nothing.
honestly, just doesn't have it.
Also, why are they barefoot?
And then this is the concrete one. You see this false start?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're also barefoot on the concrete.
Yeah,
Also barefoot. For whatever reason. I think I seen a video. Ashton too was saying that his foot was bleeding afterwards, and then he did make a video afterwards, like one of those get ready videos, and he threw a lacrosse ball at a TV as he saw like the race played back. It was quite cinema, but if you ever were thinking who's faster, Ashton Hall or iShowSpeed, iShowSpeed is the winner.
iShowSpeed is clearly fast. The fact that, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna watch this Daniel one in a little bit, but Ashton, if y'all haven't seen the full thing, go watch it. Ashton's a sore loser. Like you lost like multiple times.
Oh, it's really shocking to me too, because he coming off. I think he beat DJ Khaled a couple weeks ago.
Why would? I'm not gonna.
It's really shocking. Actually. He's coming off a really hot win streak right now.
DJ Khaled is crazy.
That should have been a confidence boost for sure.
DJ Khaled be running?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's worth a watch.
Well, next episode.
He was topless and everything.
What?
Yeah, and
Slow mo, baby.
Oh, I seen that.
All his
And then
glory.
around the turn,
What's on y'all's For You pages that's not on mine?
I seen that. They're around the turn like
Yeah. I mean, Ashton probably expected to have an easy win after that one, but
I can't front. DJ Khaled got a little bit. He has some twitchy muscles going on there.
Does he?
Maybe compared. You know what? Never mind.
Like, okay. I'll just believe y'all that it's worth my watch. I'll watch it literally after this show. After y'all watch this show, then go watch that. Finish this show first, because the way Ashton, I'm not gonna lie, his team was also like, I cut it, mind you, lots of cussing, so I had to cut a lot of stuff out. This is a PG show, but Ashton was like, his whole team was riding for him, like everything. It was fascinating, really. Yeah. All right, this next one, Daniel LaBelle also raced iShowSpeed. It was a much friendlier competition. Daniel's the guy that be like running, like types of people running with stuff. He just be running, but not like really on the track. He just be running.
Okay.
So they raced each other. The
moment is here, man. We got my man. Daniel.
Let's do this, man.
Right here.
Honestly,
for the race,
it was also
y'all.
super just like respectful that entire way.
Yes.
Daniel shared some nice words to Speed.
Very Jane Hindegren, Josh.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And Speed killed this. Look, did you see the knee lift? I feel like this is his best race ever. I believe they raced 80 meters, and Speed spiked up. He had New Balance spikes.
He spiked
Daniel
up.
had Nike spikes, and he did the Sue right there, just like Ronaldo. But like, this was obviously, I'm analyzing like in a sprint race. But this was Speed's best performance I've seen on a track.
His
before.
knee drive
Like,
out the
honestly.
blocks, like that's what we're going with. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, his knee drive was up in this race, and like Daniel had no knee drive. Basically, fast twitch was not there. His get out was not powerful, to be honest. But Speed, he got it done. Like I was impressed.
So, go ahead.
I was saying, you think with some training he can probably test him, or no? It's not there.
Test who?
Acho. Not Acho, sorry. What's his name again?
Tyreek.
Speed.
so are we gonna? Oh, go ahead.
Wait, you answer a question.
Wait, test Tyreek Hill?
No. What's his name again?
iShowSpeed.
Yes.
Ashton, Daniel.
Daniel. Do
Daniel.
you think with some training he could test iShowSpeed? Sorry, messing my names up, guys.
Oh, with some training?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so.
He's not trainable. I thought you were a coach.
I ain't that kind of coach, you feel me? It's definitely, if iShowSpeed had training too, I think Speed has great ability. That man's super talented, honestly. And just Speed's just, he's younger, stronger. I think Daniel has a whole family, kids. Man got priorities. You feel me? This man Speed is running around just doing backflips and having fun.
Do you think we could see a world where Tyreek Hill and iShowSpeed are on Team USA?
Hell no.
I mean, it's possible,
Team
theoretically,
United States
right?
of America?
I mean, they're making a play for it. They're
Maybe Team Turkey.
I mean,
Hey, you know what? I'm like Tyreek, iShowSpeed. Do I got a country for you? Honestly, but that would be fun. I would low key root for Turkey a little bit. I'm like, this is just for funsies. Like, I might buy a Turkey shirt.
I'm too salty to do that.
I am a bandwagon fan.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Like
that's
I'm not
crazy.
like I do become like when I walk into a stadium for like Worlds, Olympics, I'm the most diehard American you will ever see. Like it's something about like being a proud American. And when I get in that stadium, I'm like, you know what, USA. But behind the scenes, if I'm watching from home, I might have a little turkey flag waving it. I'm like, okay, Tyreek. Insane. Like behind closed doors, I respect a good story. That's all it is. I respect a good story from behind closed. I'm a storyteller. We all are.
Girl.
You
That's
shaking your
wrong.
head is crazy. All right. Well, on that note, I guess that's the end of this show. Joshua, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. We'll bring you back. First episode, 16th episode. We'll see you down the line again. So thank
Fly
you
out.
for joining us.
thank you.
Fly
I'm with
out.
it. I appreciate y'all. Hey, I'm down. You feel me?
This was fun.
We have a
We
nice
need it more
hotel
often.
here.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Josh. We appreciate you, man.
Later, y'all.
All right, y'all. That is a wrap for episode 16, presented by Wonderful Pistachios. We're here every single Tuesday. If you're not subscribed to all the Flow things, YouTube, the site, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything, do it. You get to see our beautiful faces all the time on there. But thank y'all for watching. Tune in next Tuesday for all things track and field. Bye, y'all.
Never miss a Tuesday.